our soft skeleton. Now we know from module 1 that yes, the spine is bones and it's the intervertebral disc, and of course we have muscles and ligaments, but there's another component there, and that component is called fascia. Once discarded in the dissection lab as just packing material, these days we know much more about it, although it's something that's only really been studied in depth for the last sort of 30 to 40 years, something like that, and certainly only in the last 10 years we've started to learn, you know, much more about what this very vital component of the body does. So the soft skeleton, or the fascial casing of the body, is kind of, if the muscles and the bones are the coffee, the fascia or the connective tissue body is definitely the mug, and it's essential to us. But also in recent years what we've discovered is that it's a tensional network. It's not just there as a white casing on the muscles, and you can see this for yourself in your everyday cooking. So I'm really sorry for the meat analogy here, but if you've got your roast leg of lamb on a Sunday, and if you look between the muscles, that rainbow striation, that is fascia. And it's basically, it's a striated casing that covers all the muscles, all the bones, all the vascular system, so all your blood works, all the nervous system. And the best way to kind of show this to you and to help you to understand in your mind's eye what that means, or what fascia sort of means for us, is my lovely friend here who is called Philip. Now, Philip the giraffe, these guys, you know, they're all very anatomical, very technical. Philip is probably the best visual aid for the fascial body that I ever could have wished for, and he was gifted to me a few years ago by a lovely client of mine, and he's just perfect. So what have we got? We've got the button underneath, and this for us is gravity. So gravity is pulling us down all the time, and if we take gravity away, Philip falls down. So, and if we look in between, I'll come in nice and close here, if we look in between Philip's limbs, we can see that there's this lovely stringy material, and we are just the same on the inside. So when you look under the skin, we've got this striated or stringy material that's covering everything, and it is subjective to gravity. So without the gravity, we would fall down and hit the floor because, as I say, the fascia is a tensional network. So as gravity comes down through us and we release the button, so we've got lovely gravity, the tensional networks fire and we stand up. Now, if you are in a toy shop one day and you see a Philip or anything similar to him, he's just wonderful, because the more you press this button, and I've certainly experienced this over the years that I've been working with Philip, the more you press this button, the more we start to understand the body in gravity. And that's what we are bodies in gravity. We don't have to push ourselves away from the floor. So Philip doesn't lever himself off the floor. He doesn't balance on the ground. He is pulled down by gravity, pulled into the ground. So gravity isn't affected by the ground, but we are. So as gravity pulls us down to the ground, we press into the ground, the tensional networks fire inside the body, all the bones the muscles come together, and we stand up. And this, when we relax the muscles, which we're going to look at throughout this course, the more we relax, and that's not a collapse. There is a deep difference between relaxing and collapsing. When we're not propping ourselves through the bones, when we allow these tensional networks to fire and pull us up towards the sky in response to gravity pulling us down, then we are gifted space. Space between all the bones. So all the bones of the feet, space into the ankles, knees, hips, and then each individual vertebrae. And we are quite literally, by the tensional networks, drawn up towards the sky. So that's the connective tissue body in a very quick 5-minute video. And don't worry if it all seems a little bit technical or a little bit overwhelming. They're just ideas, they're notions. We're taught at school that we are just the sum total of bones with muscles, you know, stuck on. But actually, what we know now is that that's quite a reduced view of a much bigger picture, and we're going to be touching on that throughout this course. So this is your bonus module. Come back to it as much as you like. Think about Philip. Think about how you move in space. Think about maybe starting to become aware of that upward lift through the body in response to your feet getting pulled down into the ground.